Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. The reason I think stir fry is so much fun as a cooking technique because it is both simple and complex at the same time. Now, the complication can be boiled down to just a few basic principles. And in this video, I'm going to show you these principles. And I think once you understand it, you can make all kind of adjustment to make the dish to come out exactly the way how you like it. And the basic aspect of stir frying is the chemical reaction known as the Maillard reaction. The Maillard reaction is important. It takes place at a temperature between 250 degrees to around 300 degrees Fahrenheit. Because during this temperature range, the chemical reaction will occur on the surface of the cell ingredients. This will lead to the production of flavor molecule, and it is the foundation of a stir-frying character frequently known as wok chi. Now, of course, the Maillard reaction is not unique to stir-frying. When you do deep frying, the same thing will happen. Similarly, when you grill, the browning of the food ingredients in grilling is the result of the Maillard reaction. So this change leads to the conversion of food and usually give it a brown color. And this brown color is a property that we associate with food that tastes good. And the cause of that is the Maillard reaction. The Maillard reaction causes browning, but that is not the only aspect that affect the flavor of the food ingredients. As shown here with the hamburger, the flavor of the food ingredients actually will be enhanced by charring. And one of the reasons we really like grilling is the charring that also make this salmon taste better. And to properly explain this, we have to look at another important process during cooking. It's a process known as caramelization, which causes the sugar to become altered. And this happens when the food ingredients reach a temperature of 330 degrees Fahrenheit. And when the food reach a higher temperature, usually around 400 degrees Fahrenheit, the food will start to burn, and this causes charring. So what makes food taste good is the combination of these three processes. First, you start out with the Maillard reaction, which occurs at a lower temperature. And then when the temperature gets higher, the sugar will change through the process of caramelization. And when the temperature gets even higher, then the food ingredients will burn. When you watch a cook in a professional kitchen, when they do the stir frying, it is a highly choreographed process in such a way that he will control the heat and to cook each ingredient in a particular order so that he can achieve all of these three characteristics. There's Maillard reaction, caramelization, and charring. And the result is wok chi. And to give the food the greatest flavor, just imagine you have the best hamburger. It just cooked perfectly with the right amount of charring. And this is exactly how you want to achieve in stir frying. And this is the reason that why professional cook can cook a dish has much better flavor than a person, say, in a home kitchen. And the reason is that they tailor all the steps with careful attention that they pay to make sure that all of these steps that they use in cooking that dish will allow them to achieve wok chi. And of course, on top of that, not only they can pay attention to the flavor aspect of the dish, but they also allow them to cook the dish very quickly. And this is the reason that they command a huge amount of heat, because that will accelerate the cooking process. And for a long time, when I watch how professional cooks perform their magic, so-called, and I feel that I would never be able to achieve wok chi in a home kitchen because I would not be able to have the same type of heat capacity as you would find in a professional kitchen. And actually, this turned out to be not the case at all. And I still remember the first time when I watched my cousin Marge cook a dish, and she was able to achieve wok chi in the same way as you find in a professional kitchen. I was very surprised. However, to achieve wok chi in a home kitchen requires a lot of practice. and it requires pay attention to the small details of what you are doing. And it also demands a lot of trial and error because each kitchen will have slightly different conditions in terms of the amount of heat that's available to you, the type of cooking utensil that you use. All of this play a critical role. And it turned out that in order to achieve wok chi, you do not need to cook on a stove with ultra high heat output, such as those you find in a commercial kitchen. But it is important that you have a wok that has good heat conductivity as well as good heat holding capacity. And this is the reason that wok with non-stick coating does not work very well. It is because a wok with a non-stick coating will not able to achieve the same temperature as a wok that has a natural surface, such as a stainless steel wok, a cast iron wok, or a carbon steel wok. Now, in order for the temperature of the wok to get as high as possible, one important aspect when you cook in a home kitchen is that your food ingredient must be as dry as possible. Because any moisture that you introduce into the wok, it will reduce the temperature. And once the temperature is low, then you will not be able to create charring. The second important consideration is the amount of oil that you have in the wok. Oil play almost an insulating role on the surface of the wok. When you have oil, the oil will not allow the bottom of the wok temperature to go higher than the smoking point of the oil. And when the wok surface is devoid of oil, it can raise to a higher temperature. As you can see here, that it causes charring of the green bean as well as the yellow squash. Now, as the food ingredient absorbs the oil, it will start to deplete the amount of oil on the surface of the wok. Consequently, the temperature will start to rise. So now we have gone beyond the Maillard reaction, we enter into the next phase of this cooking process. Any sugar on the surface of this food molecule will start to caramelize. And the temperature will continue to rise because we do not have too much oil on the surface of the wok. Next step is that it will cause the ingredients to char. At this moment, I add some ginger to the wok. And the reason I add the ginger later, again because ginger contains moisture, I do not want to char the ginger, but I want to char the other food ingredients. So by adding the ginger later, I don't have to worry about that it will lower the temperature of the wok. Again, to make sure the temperature of the food ingredient as high as possible, I always season the food ingredient toward the end when the cooking process is almost completed. Because the sauces that I add will lower the temperature. Again, the three steps involved with first the Maillard reaction. This is followed by caramelization, and then finally by charring. All of this involve a gradual increase in temperature. If you add any fluid into it, you will drop the temperature. So I will always save the seasoning by adding whatever sauce that I want toward the end of the cooking process. Now, sometimes when you cook for ingredients that do not char easily, you can provide some assistance. And this assistance is by coating the food ingredients with something that will char easily. In this case, I coat it with cornstarch and also some seasoning mix. Now, I call this shallow frying, but in some way it is quite different from deep frying. The reason is that the temperature is not going to be consistent as in the case of deep frying. And the end result is that you can create much more charring than in the case if you do deep frying. So in this case, you notice that the shrimp start to char, and this charring will provide great flavor for the shrimp. Now, actually, this shrimp is cooked separately because it is designed to go with the vegetable dish that I just cooked earlier. And the reason I cook them separately are because the flavor of the shrimp will not be diminished if I have mixed it with the vegetable and cooked them together. and by cooking them separately, I'm able to control the texture as well as the flavor of these two, and anyway, different type of flavor that you want to go into a dish. So this dish now has great flavor. It has wok chi both in cooking the vegetables as well as in cooking the shrimp. And because they have different properties, they don't go well by cooking them together. And cooking them separately, you have much greater opportunity to achieve the flavor that you are looking for. So you can call it, this is the basic secret of stir frying. By understanding the 3 different aspects that achieve great flavor, you will be able to cook in such a way with different ingredients that will allow you to achieve your final goal. Now, I post a video each day to help you to make home cooking as part of your daily routine, so that you can cook with practicality, efficiency, and creativity. And most importantly, you will have fun. So if you would like to learn more about my fast cooking system, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. So keep on cooking. I will see you tomorrow.